The repair shop smelled like warm plastic and lens cleaner. Tiny screwdrivers clicked softly against metal trays. I stood at the counter holding my wife's glasses case, watching a technician adjust a magnifier under bright white light. Then the old repairman leaned closer to the lenses, froze, and whispered, "Check the wheel first. You're next." The screwdriver slipped from his fingers and clattered onto the glass counter. And suddenly the quiet little shop felt very, very cold. My name is Daniel Mercer. I was 39 then, a civil engineer specializing in bridge inspections. I'd been married to my wife, Laura, for 11 years. Our life looked painfully normal. Mortgage in Oakwood Heights, Sunday groceries at the Maple Grove Market, morning coffee together before work. Laura worked in interior design and had this strange habit of leaving tiny notes inside books she finished reading. Little sentences like, "Loved this chapter," or "Read this again someday." I used to find them months later. It made the house feel alive. One of those notes would matter later. But standing in that repair shop, listening to a stranger warn me about my own will, something inside me shifted. Quiet, cold, decisive. The repairman picked up the glasses slowly. His hands trembled slightly. "Where did you get these?" "My wife," I said. "She dropped them yesterday." He turned the frame under the light, studying the hinge. "Your wife? Laura Mercer?" My stomach tightened. "Yes." He exhaled through his nose. "I repaired these last year, too. Different prescription lenses, brought in by a woman named Rebecca Hall." The name meant nothing. He looked directly at me. "She said they belonged to her sister." A long pause. Then he leaned even closer. 3 months later, Rebecca Hall was dead. My fingers tightened around the counter edge. "What happened?" He lowered his voice. "Poison." The word hung in the air. Another customer stood behind me waiting for service. A woman scrolling her phone, pretending not to listen. The repairman slid the glasses case toward me. "Check the hinge." Inside the hinge was a tiny compartment, barely visible unless you knew where to look. My hands suddenly felt numb. "She brought the glasses in again after the funeral," he said quietly. "Asked me to adjust the hinge. When I opened it, there was residue, white powder." The repairman swallowed. "I'm not accusing anyone, but if you're married to Laura Mercer, you should check your will." I didn't speak, didn't react, just picked up the glasses. The shop bell rang as the door opened behind me, letting in a rush of cold afternoon air. I walked out without another word.
I met Laura 12 years earlier at a tiny cafe on Riverside Street in Portland. She spilled tea on my blueprints. That was our first conversation. "Oh no, are those important?" "They were." She laughed nervously. "I'll buy you another set." We talked for 2 hours. She told me she loved architecture but hated math. She liked houses that had secrets, hidden staircases, false walls, little mysteries built into the design. "Every house should hide something," she said. I thought it was charming. Looking back, it sounds different now. For years, she seemed perfect, thoughtful, organized, calm. But there were little details I ignored. Laura always insisted we update our wills. She handled most of the paperwork. "Just practical," she'd say. Practical. That night, I sat in my car outside our house for almost an hour. The streetlights flickered on at 7:02 p.m. Laura's silhouette moved through the kitchen window. Normal. Everything looked normal. I didn't go inside yet. Instead, I opened my laptop. Day 1. I searched Rebecca Hall. An obituary appeared. Rebecca Hall, 42, passed away unexpectedly in Portland. No cause listed. I kept digging. Facebook profile, private. Instagram, locked. But LinkedIn was public. Interior decorator. Same industry as Laura. Connection list, Laura Mercer. My stomach dropped. Day 2, I checked Laura's phone records on our shared account. Repeated calls to a number saved as RH. Late at night, 11:47 p.m., 12:13 a.m., 1:02 a.m. Day 3, I contacted an old college friend, private investigator, Marcus Hale. We met at a diner on Hawthorne Boulevard at 8:47 a.m. He listened carefully, then said one thing: "Before we accuse anyone, let's gather proof." By noon, he already had something. Rebecca Hall had taken out a life insurance policy 6 months before her death. Beneficiary? Laura Mercer, my wife. That evening, Laura texted me while I sat in the motel room Marcus recommended. "Where are you?" I didn't respond. Another message came minutes later. "You're being paranoid again." Interesting. I hadn't accused her of anything yet. Marcus called at 10:16 p.m. "You're not going to like his." He sent me a link, Google Drive, a shared cloud folder owned by Laura Mercer. Inside were scanned documents, insurance claims, prescription records, medical reports. One file caught my eye, Rebecca Hall _toxicology.pdf.
I opened it. White powder. Arsenic traces. Hidden in tea. Laura loved tea. Marcus spoke quietly. We also found hotel footage from the Cascade Inn downtown. Laura met Rebecca 2 nights before the death. Room 314. Timestamp 9:22 p.m. The trap wasn't set yet, but it was close. The first domino fell 2 days later. Marcus contacted Rebecca Hall's brother. He had questions about the insurance payout. The brother contacted the insurance company. They contacted a forensic accountant. Tier 1, personal exposure. Within 48 hours, the claim reopened. Laura received the call at 3:12 p.m. I watched through our living room camera, her face drained of color, but she recovered fast. Laura was good under pressure. Tier 2, professional collapse. Marcus forwarded the toxicology file to Rebecca's former employer, the interior design firm Laura collaborated with. By Friday morning, Laura's projects were suspended, no explanation given, but rumors spread fast. Tier 3 came quietly. The insurance company froze the payout. Then they requested a formal investigation. 3 days later, police reopened the case. Laura still didn't know I was involved. She found me at the house on Sunday evening. The smell of rain drifted through the open window. Laura stood in the doorway, staring at me. "You disappeared." I didn't answer. She stepped closer. "You told someone about Rebecca." A pause. "You're destroying everything." I finally looked up. "You poisoned her." Her expression flickered, just for a second. Then she laughed softly. "Daniel, you sound insane." I slid a printed photo across the table. Hotel footage, Cascade Inn, room 314, timestamp visible. Laura stared at it. Her shoulders sagged slightly. "You don't understand." "I understand enough." She whispered something then, something almost gentle. "I was going to leave you peacefully." The room went very quiet. "Rebecca had money," she said. "Insurance. I just accelerated things." No anger rose in me, just cold clarity. "You didn't make a mistake," I said. "You made a choice." Silence filled the house. I stood, placed divorce papers on the table, then walked past her. The investigation moved fast after that. Rebecca's brother filed a lawsuit. The insurance company cooperated. Police requested toxicology records. Laura's phone was seized. Her world collapsed in small, brutal steps. Her career was over. Her reputation was gone. Her friends stopped calling. Neighbors whispered. Even her design firm erased her name from their website. 3 weeks later, she was formally charged. I watched most of it from a distance, not celebrating, not smiling, just watching. One afternoon, I received a letter from Laura in county jail, handwritten. I never meant to hurt you. The sentence looked strangely fragile on the page. For a moment, she felt human again. Not a villain, just someone who made monstrous choices. I folded the letter and placed it in the drawer beside one of those old book notes she used to leave. The house felt quieter than it ever had, and sometimes late at night, I still think about that repairman in the tiny shop, whispering across the counter, "Check the will first. You're next." If he hadn't said those words, I might never have known. But knowing changes you. It turns love into evidence, memory into suspicion. And sometimes I sit alone in the kitchen, wondering something I still can't answer. If the truth saved my life, why does it feel like it destroyed part of it too?